Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. In my last video, I went through Prepper Watch and Prepper Watch Reports, two main features in our platform called preppingcommunities.com. The response to these new features was phenomenal. We had a ton of new members signing up for free, and a lot of people were giving us just really great feedback and suggestions for improving our site. For example, one member let us know they really liked the platform, but it had so many features that sometimes it seemed overwhelming or hard to understand. Another member said they really liked Prepper Watch and Prepper Watch Reports, the concept, and wanted us to expand on these features. They also gave us some really good suggestions or ideas for improving the site. So with all this really great feedback and suggestions for improvement, all I can say is you asked for it and we listened. We spent the last few weeks going through Prepping Communities from top to bottom, reorganizing and remaking our platform to make it easier for you to use, and we also added some additional features to give you a much more powerful and easy solution to use. This video will provide a high-level overview of the new preppingcommunities.com platform to discuss the key new features and benefits and to give you an idea of how you might use it to help you in your preparedness plans. Okay, so let's begin. Prepping Communities consists of three major components: Prepping Communities, the platform, Prepper Watch, and Prepper Watch Reports. Prepping Communities is the core platform where preppers and homesteaders can come together to connect, prepare, and share information and resources with one another. You can access Prepping Communities directly by typing in preppingcommunities.com into any browser on your desktop, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. The second component of Prepping Communities is something called Prepper Watch. We built Prepper Watch to bring you the latest in news and information that you need to know. We monitor over 400 different news feeds, websites, and media channels to bring you the latest in news and information on prepping and homesteading. You can access Prepper Watch through the Prepping Communities menu or by typing prepperwatch.com directly into a browser on your computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. The third major component of Prepping Communities is something called Prepper Watch Reports. We're really excited about Prepper Watch Reports because for the first time that we know of, the people on the ground, like you, our members, can provide your own reports on news and events on things that matter to you. In essence, Prepper Watch Reports is what we call real-time local news powered by our Prepping Communities. It enables you, our members, to instantly notify and alert other members to alerts, news, and events that might impact them and their preparedness plans. You can access Prepper Watch Reports through the Prepping Communities menu or by typing in prepperwatchreports.com directly into any browser on your computer, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. So those are the three major components of Prepping Communities. The rest of this video will dive into the features of these three components in more detail. This video is a little longer than my usual videos, so in consideration of your time, if you're only interested in Prepper Watch or Prepper Watch Reports, feel free to skip ahead. And for those of you interested in learning more about each of these components in detail, I'll be doing a detailed tutorial on each of these three components in future videos. Okay, so Prepping Communities, the platform, is the core original website we developed where preppers and homesteaders can come together to connect, prepare, and share information and resources with one another. In Prepping Communities, you have things like groups, members, postings, maps, and quizzes. Groups allow you as a member to join prepping and homesteading groups or communities to share information with other members on related topics and interests. Members are where you can update your profile and see a list of other members. And if you like, you can friend request and send and receive text messages to other members. Postings are where members can post information to other members and provide their own content, such as tips, promoting their business or products, and even provide articles and advice on prepping and homesteading. Our members have posted thousands of postings so far on preppingcommunities.com, and you can use the search box on the top right corner to find postings related to things that you want to know about. Or, if you like, you can use the Postings Map feature. Quizzes are where members can take over 100 or so different quizzes or tests across 10 different categories to test your prepping and homesteading skills. Most tests are mostly multiple choice questions and can be completed in just a few minutes. Let me know what other types of quizzes and tests you'd like to see in the future, and I'll try to add them to the site. Maps are where you can find maps on members, groups, postings, and other information preppers might be interested in. For example, the best places to survive off the land, the best bug out places, and even the best foraging zones. And for those members who are interested in what their area has to offer, I created something called Prepper Maps, where people can look in their own area to help them in their preparedness plans. For example, select Prepper Maps by state and province. On the right-hand side are a list of all provinces and states across North America. Click on one of these to see all the locations of interest to preppers in that area. For example, if I click on British Columbia, it would show me a list of all places of interest for preppers in that province. Places like the best places to forage, the best bug out locations, and even the best places to survive off the land. After signing up for prepping communities, find your area on the maps and your points of interest related to your prepping needs. So that's pretty much a high-level overview of prepping communities, the core components. As I stated earlier, I will follow up with additional tutorial videos that will go into much more detail on each of these areas in prepping communities. The second major feature of prepping communities is something called Prepper Watch. Today, what I call modern day prepping is really about being prepared for many different events on many different levels and being able to adjust your preparedness plans. For those of you who have not seen it yet, my video called Prepping from Bushcraft to Artificial Intelligence is a good place to start to understand the different levels of prepping. Prepper Watch displays information on news, Prepper Watch reports, postings, and quizzes for each of the 17 or so different prepping and homesteading categories. When you click on each category individually, you'll see a list of the latest news in the tab below related to that topic. On the top left and right hand sides of this Prepper Watch category page are featured videos and news feeds related to that category. For each category page in the tabs below, it will show you listings of the latest news related to that category, Prepper Watch reports related to that category, postings related to that category, and even quizzes or tests you can take to test your preparedness skills in that category. For example, let's look at the security and safety category. In the first tab, it shows you the news related to security and safety. The second tab shows Prepper Watch reports related to security and safety that members have reported in their local area. The third tab shows all postings on topics of information related to security and safety. Each posting might contain information on how to increase your preparedness skills in the area of security and safety. The fourth tab shows all quizzes and tests you can take to test your skills in topics related to security and safety. And finally, the last tab is a survey. You can take this survey to let us know what you think the different threat levels are around this prepping topic. For example, the list of security and safety threats on the right. On the right-hand side of this Prepper Watch category page are the threat levels of events related to this category. There are also links into postings showing how to prepare for these types of threat levels. On the left side of the page, below the featured videos, is a section called How to Prepare for This. This section contains links to information on how to prep for the Prepper Watch category. In this case, links on how to prepare for events related to security and safety. So that's a high-level overview of some of the main features of Prepper Watch. Next up is Prepper Watch reports. Okay, so the third major section of prepping communities is something called Prepper Watch reports. We're really excited about this new powerful feature. It all started when a number of our members suggested that we open up Prepper Watch to allow them to report their own news and alerts in their local area. We thought it was a great idea, and members began sending in their own reports to us, which we added to our site. We began adding reports for things like supply chain issues, food and medical shortages, security alerts, natural disasters, government and military, and even conspiracy theories. Our members loved it. For the first time, they were helping other members by reporting issues and concerns they thought might be important to help others. As time went on, we found it was becoming more and more difficult to keep up with the increasing number of reports that people were sending us. After thinking about it for some time, Prepper Watch Reports was born. What if we could allow any of our members to report their own Prepper Watch reports? Sure, we could still add them for members if they asked for them, but why not allow our own members, the people on the ground, the ability to enter their own reports? So we added to the platform the ability for our members to add Prepper Watch reports on their own whenever they had something to report. We call these types of members our Prepper Watchmen. The feedback so far has been incredible. I think because for the first time, you as members could become citizen journalists, reporting news, events, tips, and reports to all our other members instantly. So we really appreciate the reports that all of you are currently sending in daily. The engagement has been amazing, and we are very appreciative of your support. Hopefully, the new ability to add reports is easy enough for you to use, but if you find it difficult, just reach out to us and we'll walk you through the process. The last tab on Prepper Watch reports is the map. Click on this tab to see a list of the most recent Prepper Watch reports on a map across North America. The map will zoom you to your area when you open it up, but you can also use the plus and minus buttons to zoom in or out as needed. When you click on a pin on the map, it will show you a summary of the Prepper Watch report, and then if you like, you can click on the More Information link to see additional information about this Prepper Watch report. If you find the map a little small on this page, you can click on the View Large Map link on the top, which will show you the same map but in a larger view. On the maps, you can also filter the Prepper Watch reports by category, for example, such as food or health or medical reports. Okay, so that was a quick overview of Prepper Watch reports. I just wanted to mention one more thing. On the left side is a list of today's top Prepper Watch reports, and on the right side, we provided an area where members can live chat with other members if they'd like to share information. And also, keep your eyes open for videos from my wife Tam on today's top Prepper reports. So that's a somewhat brief summary or overview of prepping communities, Prepper Watch, and Prepper Watch reports. I know it's quite a lot, but I hope this video gives you a sense of how powerful this tool is and how it might help you in your prepping and homesteading needs. I just wanted to say one more time how much we really appreciate all the great feedback and support you've given us. We truly thank you. Lastly, I just wanted to mention to everyone watching this video that the entire prepping community site is free. We don't charge our members for anything, for signing up, nor for using any of the features you saw in this video. Registration is quick, easy, and it's free. And for those of you needing a little extra help, check out our video on how to become a member. And for those of you who are privacy concerned, you only need to provide a valid email address for verification, and you can decide how much information you want to share with other members. So what have you got to lose? Head over to preppingcommunities.com and sign up today for free. Also, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends and family. Thanks for watching, everyone. Natural Born Prepper, out.